This is Caitlin, your host of the NoSleep4Dramas podcast, where we get no sleep and survive on coffee to watch just one more episode at night. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the NoSleep4Dramas podcast. And as you can see, this is another episode of one of my lists. And as from the title, you can tell that this is my favorite BL dramas of all time. I made this list in January of this year, so this is the last list I made on the blog before I started the podcast. I saved this list specifically for June because we all know what this month is. This month is Pride Month. Happy Pride Month, everybody. I hope you are having a wonderful Pride Month and are celebrating it the way that you choose to and would like to and are just having the best time ever. And as we know, drama watchers celebrate Pride Month by watching BL, GL, all the love dramas we can find. I personally I dabbled in BL dramas, but didn't really start watching BL dramas until about 2020, 2019. So it was my last genre. Periodically, I would watch one. I just didn't know, mostly I didn't know where to find them, especially if they were Thai. So Korean dramas didn't really bring them out until 2020 or so, except for a couple movies and things. Obviously didn't have any access to a lot of Japanese dramas. Cdramas, we all know they don't really do that type of thing. So really Jdramas and Thai dramas were really your only options. And then Taiwanese dramas, of course, have BL, and those are some of my favorite BLs. But really, I was just very late to the BL genre and GL and everything. So I haven't watched many. I've watched a few, and I watched enough to make a list. But the reason why I waited until January of this year to make this list is because it was pretty easy to make this list because I just didn't have a ton to work with. I also have not watched a ton this year. There's like maybe I can count on one hand how many BL dramas I've watched this year, which is a shame, especially since we are in Pride Month, and I do try to watch a lot of BL dramas in Pride Month, and I'm failing miserably right now. So, just so you are aware, this is a safe space for any type of love, LGBTQ love, any type you are. This is a safe space. I am fully a member of the LGBTQ family. So, if you ever need someone to talk to, anybody needs to message me, something like that, this will always be a safe space, and you can DM me anywhere. But yeah, I saved this list because it is Pride Month, and I feel like we need to celebrate Pride Month. And what better way is for a drama watcher to do that is to watch BL, GL, any type of love drama, and then talk about it. So other than BL dramas, I think the only other list I haven't made into a podcast episode is my favorite Thai dramas of all time, which I'll be saving that for another time when I need an episode. So after that, I'm going to have to come up with a thing with some backlog here because I don't have many many backlog episodes left. As always, you can always go to the blog and see all these lists. I have already made podcast episodes for the K-drama, C-drama, J-drama, and Taiwanese dramas list, so you can find those in the backlog of the podcast episodes. All of the lists were made in 2023 or early this year. So there will be a couple honorable mentions by the end of this episode just because I watched a couple BL dramas earlier this year after I wrote this list. But overall, this list really hasn't changed because I haven't watched many BL dramas this year. As usual, this list is in no particular order. It's just like a grouping of my favorite boys loves dramas. It also doesn't matter the country in this sense because I didn't say Korean BL dramas. I just said BL dramas in general. Doesn't really matter the country. You'll find a mix of countries in this one. There is a couple of honorable mentions, as I said here. It honestly probably means I haven't watched them. And I'm always looking for BL dramas. If you want me to watch some of your favorite BL dramas, please DM me or comment below the blog post or podcast episode, or even my social media when I post about this episode. Whatever you feel like it, please DM me. I always love adding recommendations to the list for me to watch. Okay, so the first drama, and probably one of the first Korean BLs, maybe even the first Korean BL that I ever watched, maybe because it was the first one ever created, honestly, or not ever created. There were a couple movies before this, but the first like one that got around and got pretty famous was Where Your Eyes Linger. It came out in 2020. I am a little biased for this because it just definitely kicked off, in my opinion, kicked off the Korean BL drama movement and what they have become today. And I just vividly remember this drama. I remember every scene. I remember the chemistry. I remember the leads. I remember everything about this drama. And I fell hard for one of the two actors, I want to say. Yeah, Kang Eun-soo. Man, I watch him in anything now. He's so talented. But I have a soft spot for this one just because it was one of the first Korean BL dramas that I've watched. And now it had like there's a lot more variety in Korean BL, and it has expanded so much from where it started. And Where Your Eyes Linger is like the classic tropey Korean BL, but this one is just so good still, and the leads have great chemistry. But again, I might be a little biased, and I also have not seen all the Korean BL dramas out there. So if you have anything that you think I would like, please let me know because I know I have missed some. That was the drama Where Your Eyes Linger. Another classic classic BL drama that I think everybody and their mother has watched. I have not watched the anime version of this, and I really, really want to because I want to do a versus showdown episode of it. And that is the Japanese drama Cherry Magic. I mean, what do I even say about this BL drama? I mean, I remember when it was airing, and this aired in 2020, maybe 2019 into 2020 a little bit. I can't really remember. Everybody was watching it. It took the world by storm. Like everybody was watching it and you couldn't get access to it. So like I was watching it on a like shout out to the subbers who have blogs who sub these things, because I was going into like somebody's Twitter and like clicking the link in their Twitter and like watching the episode on their blog or their own website that they had subbed themselves every episode. And I was doing it as quickly as possible because everything was spoiled on social media within 2 seconds. I It was just such a you kind of had to be there to like watch this drama as it aired because it was just a phenomenon. Plus it was during the pandemic, so no one was going anywhere or doing anything, so we were all just watching this drama. And this is why I love watching dramas from like all over Asia and not just one country. Like it just something hits differently with every country. Every country does a genre or talks about certain things that other countries just can't do other because it's like only culturally there in that country, or they just do it so well that no other country can do it. And Cherry Magic is just like every country has its strengths and weaknesses when it comes to dramas and what genres, in my opinion, they excel at versus others. And there's just something else about Japanese BL dramas, man. Like Japanese BL dramas are just so good and so special, and I love them so much. The acting in Cherry Magic was great. The chemistry was so good. I loved watching their relationship grow to just like panicked Adachi to what their relationship was by the end of the drama. I just loved their dynamic, really. I loved how Adachi like had no idea that Kurosawa loved him or liked him or even had a crush on him, and Kurosawa like hid it, did not hide it once he found out that Adachi knew. And I just loved his confidence, and I loved how patient he was with Adachi, and it was just so good. So great. I have not watched the Thai version. so I don't know how it is in the Thai drama. I really want to watch the anime for this though, which I do have Crunchyroll now, so I could watch it because I really want to do uh, a versus showdown of this. I have written a full review of this on the blog, so if you find, you can go to the blog and like find the review, or if you go to the list of my favorite BLs of all time, I have it linked there as well. But I just love Cherry Magic. Currently, if you are looking to watch this drama, Where Your Eyes Linger, I think is on Viki. I could be wrong. It was on Viki at some point. Cherry Magic, I know, is on Crunchyroll, which I know people will be like, but I thought that was an anime subscription. It pretty much is an anime subscription, but for some reason they have a couple Japanese dramas, including Cherry Magic. So if you want to watch Cherry Magic, you either have to go off grid or you have to watch it on Crunchyroll. That's all I know where to watch it. That was the Japanese drama Cherry Magic, which you can watch on Crunchyroll. Okay, so the next one is like my first Thai BL drama of all time, which apparently for people, I was lucky with this one. But I absolutely adore this one. I watched it in 2020. I was late. I did not watch this as this aired. I was late to this. You can watch it on YouTube. I think you can still watch it on YouTube if I'm not mistaken. And that is called, and maybe even Viki. I think Viki picked it up too eventually. It's called Until We Meet Again. My God, this, like, I remember when I announced that I was watching this, people were like, oh my God, I'm gonna, I love that you're watching this, da da da. And then they were like, I'm gonna hold your hand through the entire time. And God, I definitely needed my hand held because there were some huge emotions in this drama that I was not expecting. This, for one, I liked both of the couples. I did like the side couple more just because I think I resonated with their characters more, which is why I'm going to do an honorable mention shortly because the side characters got their own BL later on. But I just thought the story was so unique and just different from anything I had watched at that point, especially with like the reincarnation type story. And the couples just had such great chemistry. And I thought it was very well acted. Big emotions, really huge emotions. I was invested in in these couples and the characters, and I still rewatch scenes and episodes to this day. Like it was just, this is another drama that kind of holds something special for me just because it was just so different at the time that I had ever seen, and I was like, "Oh, if this is like," at the time I was like, "If this is like all Thai BL dramas, I'm gonna love them." Of course, it's not. I mean, there's a wide range of comedy and everything in BL dramas. Of course, I learned that very quickly that they weren't all like this. But it just, there's just something really special, and I'm sure a lot of people have these same thoughts with Until We Meet Again because they might have been their first Thai BL drama or the first one that really resonated with them or anything like that. But I just love it so much. So much. And again, the leads had great chemistry. It was just, there's just something else, something about it. Just really, really nice, in my opinion. And I love the messages and the discussions they had within the story and what that led to. And then in the honorable mention, I will also honorable mention Between Us, which is the side couple drama. I will say, and I will admit, that Between Us was not my favorite. Like, I wish it was a little better. But because I love the side couple of Until We Meet Again so much, I am a little biased with this one, and I probably ranked it higher than I probably should have. Because I loved the one thing I loved about this drama is I loved how Win supported Team and what Team did for Win at the same time, but like specifically what Win did for Team. team had a lot of issues that he needed to work out. I loved getting their backstory more in between us. I loved just the quieter moments in this drama when they like the entire story pretty much was like team gets nightmares and can only sleep well in Wynn's bedroom. And there's a whole backstory of why and everything, but I just loved those quieter moments in teams or in Wynn's bedroom where they had conversations and Wynn kind of comforted him, and it was just it was a lot slower moving than Until We Meet Again, and I wish we had gotten some of the Until We Meet Again storyline in between us, but because it was Wynn and team's story, I will let it slide. But it just, I love the quieter moments in this. It was a comforting drama for me. And yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people will disagree on the fact that it was good, maybe, but I personally liked it, but I might be a little biased just because they are my favorite couple from Until We Meet Again. But Until We Meet Again does have a higher rating than Between Us from me, and also other dramas on this list also has a higher rating. But I just couldn't not mention Between Us when I was talking about Until We Meet Again, because in my opinion, you kind of have to watch both. So I think Between Us is also, well, it's definitely on YouTube. I think it's also on Viki, but I could be wrong. Those were the dramas, Until We Meet Again and Between Us. I can't talk about one without talking about the other. Okay, so the next drama on the list is Semantic Error. That's a Korean drama. It aired in 2022. It should be no surprise that this is on my list. I think this is a favorite of a lot of people's. It stars Park So-ham and Park Jae-chan as the main couple. I mean, the chemistry between the leads were just fantastic. Solid acting between the entire cast. Park So-ham is now out of the military, so hopefully we get a season 2 eventually. I love the college atmosphere. I loved where the leads' relationship started and progressed. I loved watching their relationship grow, and then they take risks for each other. The OSTs of this drama are great. I love them. I listen to them a lot. I'm a sucker for like the grumpy and the grumpy person paired up with like the sunshine person. I wouldn't say Park So-ham is like complete sunshine, but he's like a troublemaker sunshine person. And then we have Park Jae-chan is like a grumpy person who doesn't want anybody to talk to him. And I just love that pairing so much. And I there's really nothing I can say about this drama because a lot of people have watched this. It's like one of those where if you let me just say this. If you have not watched Semantic Error and you are a BL drama watcher, please go watch it. You will love it. It's a fun watch. It's really short. It's a great time, and I love this pairing a lot. That was the Korean drama Semantic Error. Okay, so next one I'm going to highlight is one that I don't think a lot of people have watched, is Blooming. It's also a Korean drama. And that one of the reasons why I think a lot of people have not watched it is because it originally aired on iQIYI, and I think it's still on iQIYI. And basically, I'm going to take every opportunity to talk about this drama because I want everybody to watch it. They are remaking it, I guess, I heard, which I'm really surprised by because I don't know why they're remaking it or rebooting it, but they are. Either way, I came across this drama and I really didn't know anything about it. I clicked play because it looked interesting, but I didn't know anything about it. And I was so surprised. And I'm really sad it flew under the radar for a lot of people because it did air on a platform that not a lot of people know about or even use. Unless you're a C-drama watcher, that's pretty much the only reason why you watch iQIYI. But now they do have quite a few BL dramas, which is ironic because China doesn't make BL dramas. But one of the things that stood out with this drama for me is the cinematography. If you love beautifully done dramas or like are a lover of cinematography like me, you will love this BL drama. It is definitely one of my comfort watches. I watch scenes from it all the time. Leads have great chemistry. I remember just being so surprised when I watched this and like surprised that no one else was watching it and no one else was talking about it. But then I knew like where it was airing and I was like, okay, that makes sense. I just love this drama so much and I wish more people would watch it. I'm really curious about this remake and I hope the remake is put somewhere other than RGE so people can watch it and maybe go check out the original. But I love Blue. Like this is another one where it's like quieter. If I remember correctly, so it stars Jo Hyuk Jun and Kan Eun Bin, and Kan Eun Bin is like a quieter person. And he realizes growing up that if you look nice, you will be popular if you look nice. So he tried to be like go to the gym, eat healthy to become a good-looking guy. And now that he's in college, he's achieved that because no one really knows him growing up. But then he meets Han Da-eun, who is played by Jo Hyuk Jun, and he also is a good-looking guy, has straight A's, rich family background, great personality, and Cha Si-won like is angry by that because this like he's tried so hard to be this popular good-looking guy and this guy just walks in and one-ups him without even trying. And so his confidence is kind of shattered by that. He keeps running into this guy and is like annoyed by him. So it's like a grumpy versus happy person again. And they slowly get to know each other and fall in love and support each other. And it's all done like by the seaside. It's just a beautiful drama. And I love the cinematography. And it's just so good. And I'm really curious about like, cause then Cha Si-won like finds out that his life, Han Do-eun's life, is not all what it seems. So he learns like it's just superficial in terms of looks and everything. It's just a good message and it's short. It's like 14 minutes an episode, 15 minutes an episode, something like that. And it's like 10 episodes, I want to say 10, 12, 11 episodes around there. I am hoping people go to iQIYI and watch this. If you have iQIYI, please go watch this because it's so good and it's a quick watch. That was the Korean drama Blooming. Okay, so moving on. We have our first Taiwanese drama on the list, and that is History 3 Trapped. I think I want to say I watched 3 of the history. I think I watched the first history, the second history, and History 3, and I think that's it. And I think a lot of people will know this. There's a reason why this is on my list. Like a lot of people have seen this. A lot of people love it. I love the OSTs of this. If you don't know what this is about, basically it is about Xiao Fei, who's a police officer, and Tang Yi, who is a gang leader, I guess I should say. So basically the police officer, he has a cop he knows get killed like 4 years prior, and then this gangster also gets killed. And Tang Yi becomes the new gang leader because of this other gangster that got killed, and he is out to find out who killed them. Xiao Fei is obsessed with also investigating this case because the older cop was his mentor. And he spends all his time following Tang Yi around because he's trying to find out, catch him doing something bad, and also find out if he has any connection to this killing that happened 4 years prior. So eventually, because he keeps following him around, they get into trouble and they have to like fight their way out and they become closer and he just gets to know him better. And it's hilarious, but also heartwarming at the same time. I mean, it's just so good. And this is by far probably my favorite history like drama of the history series that I've seen. I have not seen 4 or 5, so I could that could change, I guess. Um, I've rewatched so many scenes and so many episodes of this drama. Like, it's just so good. And then the side couple, which is, I think, another cop. Yeah, cop and another gangster. Is just so cool. Like, they're so sweet. It's like a puppy and a semi-puppy together. They're just so cute together. And I just also love the concept of like gangsters and cops getting along. The leads just have such great chemistry and it's so well acted. You get invested in the couple's story a lot. I love the twists of the story. Now that I've watched it a million times, I know obviously where the story's going, but the first time I watched this, I was like, "Oh, I was not expecting that." Okay. It's so good. You also get a mix of like very serious but also comedy. And it's a good mix. It's not like over the top comedy. It's not like doesn't lean one way, like far one way or far the other way. It's a good mix. If you've never tried a Taiwanese BL drama, I would highly recommend this. I think it's on Viki, if I'm not mistaken. I know I watched it on Viki. It's good. It's really good. That was the Taiwanese drama History 3 Trapped. Okay, so the next one I think is on WeTV. I know I watched it. I watched this as it aired, which was not a good choice for me because I was dying waiting another another week for this. I think it's still on, definitely still on WeTV. I think Vicky might have picked it up eventually too. So this drama is a hit or miss for some people. I know people who either love this drama or did not like this drama. And this is called Manner of Death. It aired in 2020. I knew nothing about this drama when I clicked play. I didn't know how famous this couple was because this couple has done dramas together forever. Like, I knew nothing. And I mainly clicked on it because it was a coroner and like a gang leader having a romance. So I was more clicking on it because it was like a mystery romance / coroner drama. Like, I'm a sucker for a coroner drama. I know people are going to be like, well, why haven't you watched Imperial Coroner? I'm getting to it, I swear. But yeah, I know you either love this drama or you didn't. I was in the camp of I love this drama. I just knew it was going to be a medical examiner and gangster who investigated a series of deaths. I didn't even know it was going to be a BL when I clicked on it, but it's a BL drama for sure. Once I found out it was a BL drama, I continued watching it because had never heard of a BL drama centered around like crime before, like a crime drama BL mixed in. Like, I had never heard of that, so I was curious how they would do that and would pull that off. For me, the story was refreshing and new. I will say it's not the best drama ever. Like, even if you took the BL out, it's not the best drama ever. But there was just something about this drama that made me want to continue watching it and made me want to rewatch scenes and episodes in it, especially the chemistry between the two leads, which, if you were a fan of this couple and knew their previous work, you knew how good their chemistry was. I did not know at the time. I also have not watched any of their other dramas. So I know I have a ton of BL dramas I have not watched. And you will probably be surprised on how many I have not watched. My list is a mile long, and when it comes to BL dramas I have not watched. So it's different. I will say it's different. Is it the best one I've ever watched? No, but it will always probably be a favorite of mine just because I think they pulled off the BL and the crime genre together nicely. I also have a final review of this on my blog. It's either linked in the favorite BL dramas of all time list, or you can search A Manner of Death. Yeah, I think it definitely is on WeTV, which is a Chinese drama app. I don't know if it's on Viki. I'm not positive on that, but I did watch it on WeTV. That was the Thai drama Manner of Death. Okay, so a more recent one, which I absolutely loved, and I know a lot of other people did too, was the Korean drama The Eighth Sense. It aired last year. there's just something really unique about this drama. First off, the cinematography is beautiful and the lighting is also beautiful. I think that played a big part in why I loved this drama. Um, I'm a sucker for good cinematography and lighting. Like, I love that when it's done right in a drama, and I always notice it. So if a drama has some really interesting cinematography or really interesting lighting, or they do something special with that type of thing, I will always notice it, and I love it in this. It's one of those things where they like express emotion through the lighting and also assign colors of lighting to characters. And I just thought that they did that really well. I also love the lead couple. They had a really comforting chemistry that benefited the story and the drama. It also benefited like the structure of the drama and like the flow of the story. I also love that this drama talks about mental health and is not afraid to talk about it. Like, they have a main character, the one of the people in the main couple, actually talking to a therapist, and you see those discussions and you see his progression through his therapy and his life. And I love that they were not afraid to show that, and that they showed it in a positive light where like it's okay to go see a therapist, it's okay to talk about mental health. And for me, we all know Korea has like a real, well, basically anywhere, honestly, has a really weird relationship with mental health, and it's trying to get better. This is the first time I've really seen a Korean drama have anything like this in a drama, like therapist, mental health, someone admitting they're not okay and need to go see somebody. Hold on. My cat is wanting to hop on me. Hold on. Do you want to say hi to the people? You meow every time. Anyway, all I want to say is I loved how they portrayed mental health in this. And I think it's just a topic that needs to be discussed more and shown more, and needs to be not only like better portrayed in media, but like needs to be shown in media more, just to make it, to bring the topic up, to make it more comforting for people to talk about, to allow people to see that they can go get help and that type of thing. And this one I thought showed it beautifully. They didn't like portray the main character as somebody who was mad or crazy or anything like that. He just went to see a therapist, and I thought that was really well done. I also liked a lot of the support characters in this, especially the friends. Hated some of the other support characters though, and I did not like the fact that they forgave a ton of them. So that was a little critique for me in this drama. I would love a second season of this, because I would love to like revisit this couple and see where they're at after the ending. It was just great and I loved it. And I hope we get more like this. And this is also like, if you go back and you watch the first one I mentioned, which is Where Your Eyes Linger, and then go watch The Eighth Sense, I think that will show like the progression of Korean BL dramas from where it started in terms of Where Your Eyes Linger to what it is as of last year. I haven't watched many of the Korean BLs this year. They haven't really aired a ton of them, in my opinion. I could be wrong though. I could have just have missed them. But I feel like if you watch both of those back to back, you'll see a nice progression of like where they were when they started and where Korea is now. And I think Korea has like been able to expand a lot and experiment a lot with both like what they do in the production in terms of cinematography and lighting, but also stories too. So it's been really nice to see that progression over the last couple years. That was the Korean drama The Eighth Sense. Another Korean drama from last year that I love and I'm obsessed with, probably because I love Cha So-won so much. I'm a little biased when it comes to him. So I was so excited when they announced this drama, because I never expected him to do a BL drama, let alone like the only other dramas I'd ever seen Cha So-won in were like daily 100-episode dramas. He's a daily drama, weekly, like a weekender drama type actor. Like, I think I can count on one hand how many dramas he's done that were like the regular 16 episodes. Most of them were like, I think he does like 100, like one of those daily dramas. He's currently in the military, I think, right now, or like just got out. He did one of those like daily dramas, weekender dramas, which are like 50 to 100 episodes, like one a year at least. And I think I've seen him in 3 of them, I want to say. And then all of a sudden he does a BL. Now, I'm not saying he's never done a 16 episode drama, but like I can pretty much count on one hand how many he's done. He's done a fair number of longer dramas. So when he was announced for Unintentional Love Story, which is also on IGE, which I think a lot of people also have not watched this, I was so intrigued because I was like, how is he gonna pull this off? Like, I've never seen him do this type of drama before. He did it so well. He's such a good actor. I should not have been like questioning his acting. I loved both couples of this. I know the second lead couple either is getting a movie or is getting a drama this year, I want to say. Maybe it's like already out. I don't know. I know they're getting a spinoff of their own. As I said, I'm a sucker for a cold lead who melts when he meets a puppy. And this is by far the greatest example. One of the greatest examples I've seen. Chasawan and Gunchang are great together. Their chemistry is so good. It's well acted. I like the episodes that they were longer episodes. It was like 30 minutes. So you got a more in-depth story with this one. I am very happy we're getting a spinoff because I will say one of the critiques I had with this drama is the second couple, which made sense because it was about the main couple. The second couple had chemistry, had a good story, but like there was a lot left to be desired with the second couple. So I'm glad they're getting a spinoff. Love the OSTs of this. Chasawan sings, Gongchang sings, such good OSTs. I could talk about this one forever. It's so good. I love it so much. It's on IGE. I also have a final review on my blog for this. You can find it in the list, or you can search Unintentional Love Story, and you'll find the review. That was the Korean drama Unintentional Love Story. So, the last one on my list that I made in January is the Korean drama Love Tractor. This is another drama that impressed me because I just didn't know what to expect. I was looking for a BL drama and it was the summertime, I think, and I just wanted something that was kind of like giving me that summer vibe. I love this drama. And if you listen to Certified Nunas, I think they just did an episode on himbos, I think. Either that or it was like a live stream. One of the two. And one of the people they talked about, hands down, is a himbo. And that is Ye-chan. Dude, he was such a himbo in this, and it was fantastic. He was just the cutest thing, and he was just a delight in this drama. It was totally his story and him realizing what he wanted in life. He was by far the best part of this drama, and I love his characters and his story and like his growth in this drama. OSTs are earworms and so good. I love this drama so much. They actually have a variety show with the two leads that I really want to watch because I just love this couple. And again, it's like I think I just have a love for this trope when it comes to BL dramas, when you have a grumpy lead and a puppy or a happy-go-lucky lead, because it is definitely in Love Tractor, and I loved every second of it. If you don't know what this one is about, it's basically stars Do-won and Yoon Do-jin. Do-won plays Sun-yul, and Yoo Jo-jin plays Sung Ye-chan. Sun-yul basically temporarily relocates. He's a city person. He's from Seoul. He relocates to the countryside and meets Ye-chan. Ye-chan has always lived in the countryside. He's a farmer. And so Sun-yul meets Ye-chan and starts learning about farming and adapting to the countryside. And Ye-chan is just like a big teddy bear. He genuinely just wants to get to know Sunyul and like won't leave him alone, but is so charming and so cute and adorable at the same time and absolutely loves farming. Like part of his charm is he loves farming and like he's not embarrassed by it. He absolutely loves farming and he's not embarrassed that he loves it so much. And it's just so nice. You wouldn't think these two paired together are fun to watch or anything about farming in general. Like you wouldn't think Countryside is a cute story or a cute setting. It's adorable. It's so good. That's on iQIYI as well, which is probably why a lot of people haven't watched it. That was the Korean drama Love Tractor. So those are all of my favorites from the list that I made in January. So I'm going to pull up MDL and see if I can find anything that I did not mention or that I've watched since I wrote that list. Okay, so there's one that I did finish in February of this year, which I quite liked, and that was called Love for Love's Sake. I know I've talked about this. I want to say I watched this on iQIYI as well. iQIYI has a ton of BL dramas, if you didn't know. This one stars Lee Tae-vin and Cha Ju-won. You probably heard me talk about this. Lee Tae-vin plays Tae Myung-ha, and he basically finds out that he gets transported into a online game, and he's back in high school as a 19-year-old. So he has to, like, the mission of the game is to make this character called Cha Yawoon, who's played by Cha Ju-won, happy. But it's like Cha Yawoon is like a very stoic and a very grumpy person. He is a track and field star. He has like super smart, really good looking, but he's very cold and very grumpy. And so when he has Tae Myung-ha basically like running after him, just inserting himself in his life, and he doesn't know what to do about it. It's so good and it's great. And I love like the aspect of him being in a game. That was so well done. And it's so cute. And it's so great. And it's short. It's like 8 episodes. It's 30 minutes long again. It's one of the longer episodes, which I always like. And then there's a second couple there's a second couple that is quite good too. I don't remember much about the second couple though. But I think this is one of those that like gets better as it goes along. Like the first couple episodes you're like, "Huh, okay." And then it gets more emotional because there's a little angst added into it, and then you get invested in the couple because they realize the situation they're in. It gets better as it goes because it adds that emotion and then you get invested with the couple, and I love that a lot. And that was the 2024 drama Love for Love's Sake. Okay, so I want to say that's the only BL drama I've watched this year, which is embarrassing to say because I usually watch at least one a month, not more. Can you stop? Sorry if you hear my cat meowing. For some reason, she keeps wanting to jump on me and then gets down immediately. God, this needs to be fixed. If I only watched one episode this year, that's bad. Okay, well, I'm going to go to my other list and I'm going to name some honorable mentions that I did not name in that list that I think people should watch. The first one I'm going to name is Our Dating Sim. It was also from last year. And this is about two guys who meet in school and then again when they start working at a gaming company. It stars Lee Sung-gu and Lee Jung-hook. It's on Viki. It just is super cute. Like, there's not a lot of angst. You kind of have a little grumpy, a little happy again. Not a lot of angst. Really easy watch, really short watch. Like, I can't recommend this enough just because it's so cute. And they have a comforting chemistry. Fine, I'll pick you up. Sorry, my cat has interrupted me so many times this episode. My bad. I'm not cutting any of this out. My cat will just say hi multiple times. Our Dating Sim. It's cute. It's sweet. It's fun. Not a lot of angst. Really comforting chemistry. Really comforting couple. It's on Viki. Highly recommend. It's an honorable mention because I had to make cuts when making this list. But that's another one I thought was really cute and really sweet to watch. That was the Korean drama Our Dating Sim. Another one that I want to name is Cherry Blossoms After Winter. I think a lot of people just didn't watch this one. This one, I want to say, it's on Viki. It stars Ok Jin Yuk and Kan Yu. It's like another teen romance where it's like puppy and not, what's the word I'm looking for? Cold lead and puppy lead, you know? And I loved their romance because it's not, so basically you have Ok Jin-wook, his family dies, if I remember correctly. This is a 2022 drama. And he moves in with another family. And another family has a son named Jo Tae-sung. And Jo Tae-sung is a little older than him, I want to say. And Jo Tae-sung is like the perfect person. He's popular, tall, caring, a little cold, the best student ever. So Hey Bum is like, I'm nothing like that. I'm nothing like that. So I'm just going to live with this family and be grateful I have somewhere to go and not try to bother this person because I'm never going to be like, he's above me when it comes to popularity and things. So they end up eventually going to the same high school and being in the same high school class. And all of a sudden they're spending a lot more time together because they're like studying and they see each other at school when they didn't before. And then they're at home. It kind of is like proximity leads to something more. And then you learn about feelings and what they think about each other since they kind of grew up together. And it's kind of like one of those cohabitation / friends into lovers tropes. And it's such a comforting drama, and the cinematography is great. And it's a slower moving drama, which I think some people didn't watch because of that. But the dynamic between the two leads is just so good. I love that eventually Jo Tae-sung realizes, or not realizes, but he realizes that he cares about Sohabum. And what I love about him is he literally yells at Sohabum and he's like, "Why are you so not confident? You need to have more self-esteem. You're worthy of whatever you want to do. You can do whatever you want." And I love that he lifts him up and supports what he wants to do. And I always love when that happens when it comes to relationships and love relationships. And this one's just a nice one. I will say it's a good winter watch because does take place during winter, so there's some nice snow scenes and things like that. So that's another one that I don't see a lot of people talk about that I would like to mention. That was the Korean drama Cherry Blossoms After Winter. Another one that is a BL, but it's a lot more intense and it's a Lockhorn. So if you don't know what a Lockhorn is, that's the Thai drama, like the romance Thai dramas that like can get pretty nuts. Two characters in this drama drove me nuts, but I loved the leads and it was one of my first Lockhorns. If you are looking for like a historical BL Thai drama, I would highly recommend To Stir with Love. It's on YouTube. So To Sir with Love, it's basically about a guy named Tien who is a son of a gangster. And he finds out that like his uncle got killed because his uncle came out as gay. So when he realizes that he's gay himself, he like can't tell anybody because he thinks that his family's not going to accept him due to what happens to his uncle. And he already is dealing with a lot in his family because his father, like he's the son of the main wife, and then his father also has a secondary wife who also has a son. And so the secondary wife is always trying to compete with the first wife, and which means she's always trying to pit her son against him, which they don't like being pitted together. They actually like each other as siblings. And so he needs to hide this secret because he's afraid that like the second wife is going to win and like he's going to get killed or thrown out or whatever. And he has all this pressure on himself by the family because he's like the first son. He's going to succeed, like the family and the family business and everything. And then he falls in love with Ju. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. He's a poor guy. He's partly a servant, partly not. So they have to navigate society in historical Thailand and try to push past the prejudices of what it is to be gay at this time period. And then you have a second couple as well, the brother and another woman. I love the main couple in this. I will say, like, some of the evil characters will drive you nuts, but that was also somewhat part of the fun of it because you get so angry with some of the characters because they're over the top. And some of it doesn't make sense. There's some, like, witchcraft involved in it, and some of it's, like, kooky and doesn't make sense. But I had a lot of fun watching it, even though it's a little out there. The chemistry between the two leads is great, and that's To Sir with Love. I think that's about it. I have other lists. I have a bunch that I didn't describe, but we're going to be here all day if I try to talk about all of them. I also have a ton I haven't watched. So if you would love for me to watch a certain BL drama, let me know. If you watched any this year and you liked them, please let me know, because I honestly don't know a lot about the BL dramas that are airing this year, and I really want to watch them. So if you have watched any of the 2024 dramas, please let me know. But that's another episode. Happy Pride. I hope you enjoyed this episode and enjoyed this list. I know I've saved this for Pride Month, and I'm glad I did. Again, if you need somebody to talk to, if you need somebody to resonate with, I don't know, this is a safe space. You can always DM me. Happy Pride Month. Hope you guys are enjoying this month. Hope you guys are celebrating the way you want to. And thank you for listening to another episode of the NoSleep4Dramas podcast. If you want to continue the conversations about dramas that were started in this episode, you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter under the username NoSleep4Dramas. That is no sleep, the number 4 dramas, just like in the title of the podcast. This podcast is also an expansion of my blog, so you can visit my blog at www.NoSleep4Dramas.com, the number 4 dramas.com, and find multiple years of blog posts already available at your fingertips. All links are in the description of this episode. This has been an episode of the NoSleep4Dramas podcast, and I am your host, Caitlin. I will see you here next time, and I hope you get no sleep chasing the next episode just like me. Good night.